So I'm driving my 12-year-old Layla to school the other day. She seems to generate a lot of video ideas. And she says, play Turn, 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 which is one of her favorite songs. It's by the Byrds. It came out in the fall of 1965. So I say to Layla, after that plays, I said, sing the melody. She goes, to everything, turn, turn, turn. And I said, that's actually not the melody. She goes, play it again. So I play the vocal part again. She listens. To everything, turn, turn, turn. And she goes, oh, turn, turn, turn. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's so weird. It's like an illusion. You should make a video about it. And I was like, that's a great idea. So why is it that it sounds turn, turn, turn? Because actually one of the lower harmonies does that. It's either Gene Clark or Roger McGuinn. The high part is done by David Crosby. Let me solo the vocals here so you can hear them. Listen. To everything, turn, turn, turn. One of the vocals actually goes, turn, turn, turn. It actually goes to that G there. Turn, turn, turn. You hear that? So turn, turn, turn is your ear is actually hearing that, but the chords, right? Do everything, turn, turn, turn. It goes to an A chord there, so that note, turn, is a logical note to have when it hits. Well, what gives the Byrds their distinctive vocal sound? It's actually such a simple part here. Listen to the vocals again. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. That's David Crosby in that high part. And what's interesting about this to me is that it's almost like the harmony and the melody are equal. There is really no harmony or melody. When I hear the song, I hear it, to everything, turn, turn, turn. But some people think of it, to everything, turn, turn, turn. If you listen to the original version, because this song's actually written by Pete Seeger and the book of Ecclesiastes from the Bible. Let's actually take a listen to it.
To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn.
You'll notice there's no time feel from this. Well, this version didn't come out until after the Limelighters version, and the Limelighters were a three-piece folk group that Roger McGuinn from the Byrds occasionally played as a session musician with. Now, if you listen to their version, you're going to say, this is so weird. Well, actually, let's just listen to it.
To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven.
That's pretty hilarious, right? So how did the Byrds actually come up with this arrangement like this?
To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven.
I think what they did was they took the Pete Seeger version, and since his thing isn't really in time, like a lot of folk songs are not right in time, they added an extra couple beats so that the lyrics would line up with the music. So we really have this 10-beat phrase. Check it out. It's really interesting. You almost don't even notice it. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it goes back into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. They just interpreted his thing into a 10-beat phrase, which is really fascinating. Not to mention the fact that the jangly guitar, the 12-string like I'm holding here, is just such a beautiful thing. The chords are just D, G, G over F sharp, A sus. Let me play along with it. Then the chorus. And then the harmonies, amazing, right here. It splits off into 3-part harmony. Let me play that, solo it for you. So that 3-part harmony that they just sang there are very simple triads. It's a B minor triad. Those are literally the notes they're singing. They're singing B, D, F sharp, and then A major, A, C sharp, E, then G major, then A major, and then da da da, da da da. Then they go split off into thirds there. Why do they do that? Because it follows the chord progression perfectly. And they're all third related too, right? So these notes are right in thirds. That's just a root position, B minor chord root position, A major root position, G major. That's a second inversion A major chord. Quick plug, if you want to be able to hear songs like I'm doing and figure them out instantly and understand the theory behind 3-part harmonies, you should check out some of my courses, my Beato Book Interactive, my theory course, or my Beato ear training course. Link in description. But it's very common to take triads and just use them as the 3-part harmony. And if you listen to it, the notes are pretty equal to each other. Let me play it again solo.
To have a time to be.
I think I hear the high part as the melody.
To have a time to be.
Now, normally you would have one of the notes be the dominant note or the melody note, but when the Byrds would sing, and many bands in the 60s that did these harmonies, you would notice, because they're all singing around the same mic many of the times, and sometimes double tracking that, what happens is you get a perfect blend of the 3 voices. So no one voice is dominant for the melody. And that's what really gives the Byrds their harmony sound, is the blend of the 3 notes and that 3-note harmony. They also, when they're doing 2 notes, like they do in the verse or at the end of that chorus, they're singing, 2 people will be singing in unison, or they'll sing all 3 voices will sing in unison. A lot of times it's just 2 voices in unison. So when you have this unison singing, it gives you a natural chorusing, which is very similar to the 12-string. The 12-string guitar, especially when you get 2 people playing 12 strings or whatever, but the 12-string electric guitar really has a beautiful chorusing sound. When it starts at the beginning, right? Cool, that little quick B minor to A, that does a nice turnaround there. So all that 12-string picking and strumming, and the fact that they never play it the same way twice, if you isolate just the guitars and the bass, here, I'll do that so you can hear it. They're basically just jamming around. They kind of have a part worked out, but they're just kind of play it a little differently every time, and it adds to that, I would say, psychedelic vibe to it, because that's really what this is. This is the beginning of psychedelic music. If you think about this came out at the end of 65, Rubber Soul came out in 65, then Revolver in 66, so the Byrds, the Beatles, this was the beginning of that whole psychedelic sound, but the jangly 12-string is a big part of that. Another thing I want to point out, just as an aside, is the drum part in the chorus, because it has this really cool tom-tom part that's very Message in the Bottle-like. Let's check it out. Really a cool part. I never get sick of this song. It's so beautiful. It's one of the few songs where every section of it is perfect. All the sections are melodic, and they're all different from one another. It's just a brilliant arrangement. That 10-beat verse part there, just beautiful. The fact that it has those extra couple beats and you're not expecting it makes it unusual. The beautiful harmony singing, the really cool jangly guitar parts, everything about this song is so cool and never gets old. Love to know your thoughts. Remember, hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching.